We're recording. You're listening to the Tune Up and Jam podcast. Ready? Go.
Welcome back, everybody. Tune Up and Jam, episode number 10. Special guest, Billy Lawler.
Tune Up and Jam.
All right, tune up, turn up, get down, and start jamming once again. Hello and Swazdi.
Swazdi to you, brother.
Swazdi to you, Chris. I am Rich. This is the Tune Up and Jam podcast. On my left, immediately, as always, is Chris Swazdi.
Swazdi to you.
And on my right, this time, a new setup. It is Alexa.
New position.
Swazdi.
Swazdi, whatever that means.
That means hello in Thai.
Ah.
Gotcha on that one.
I never know.
Yes, I know. And over there, we got Francis on the boards. What's up, Francis? Swazdi.
Hey, what's up? You learn something new every time.
You do. I know. That's our goal, is to educate here. And today, our special guest right across from us is the great Billy Lawler.
Hello.
How are you, Billy?
I'm good, thanks. How
Thanks
are
for
you?
joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. So what's going on, guys? It's been a while since we've all been here. We got Billy with us. What are we going to do today? We're going to have Billy play for us at some point, right, Bill?
Yeah, definitely.
Do you go by Bill or Billy? I mean, how do you prefer?
Billy is kind of what's stuck.
Okay.
I feel like Bill is kind of, for an older William.
Uh-huh.
So I'd like to stick with Billy as long as possible.
Cool. Billy sounds good to me. So, Chris.
Dig it.
Chris got some new equipment recently.
I did. I got a new, I just got a new cabinet.
Okay.
By necessity, as I sold my old one. And it's like working musicians who have kids and are married have to do, unlike other folks. In order to buy things, we got to sell things. It's like a brokerage deal. So I sold a cabinet, but then I had a gig the next day, and I had to buy a cabinet. So I did. I bought a SWR Triad, and it sounded nice. I dig it.
Weren't you after a Mark IV at some point?
I'm after a Mark-based cabinet, really, like a 410 with the vented front. But, I got to come up with that cash. Comes back to how, getting paid.
This is the part where I tune out because I'm a drummer.
Blah,
So
blah,
I
blah,
feel like
blah,
I'm
blah,
like-
blah, drum,
I'm
bass,
gonna check
bass,
my mail
bass.
right now. You know what I mean?
But I got something else, too, that I wanted to ask you about.
Me?
Now, everybody.
Okay.
That's
Billy,
the
feel
panel.
free to
Billy,
chime in.
Feel
Okay.
free.
Yeah,
Jump
feel
right
free.
in with this.
We get to discussions and interviews and everything like that.
There's
So
a
you're
couple-
free
there's
to
a-
jump in. too.
Okay.
There was a couple episodes ago when we talked about all of our influential artists, what we thought were influential. And none of us mentioned a country artist, but I happened to not be watching, but then catch, like in my Facebook feeds, this song with Justin Timberlake and Chris Stapleton. Have you guys seen that jam?
I've seen it all over Facebook, but I haven't actually seen the video myself.
Boy.
Is this the one he
Same.
did on the CMAs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard all
Getting
about
down?
it. I heard it was really good, actually.
Oh,
But I
it
haven't-
was
I haven't
good.
seen it.
Did you see it, Francis?
I did.
And what'd you think?
I thought it was really good. I admittedly, country is not my, favorite genre out of all of them, but yeah, I thought it was really good.
Alexa was one of the ones who brought up Justin
I was
Timberlake.
just going to say that, and I was like, I don't want to gloat, but I do
So-
recall saying JT was
Yeah.
on
Yes,
the
he's
list.
bad.
One of your- yeah,
is he
yeah.
bad?
Yeah.
Oh,
So, Alexa, did you see it?
I did not. I
Oh.
haven't seen it yet.
I can't believe it.
Fail.
I know, right? I haven't
Like the
watched.
old man breaking stuff up.
Claimer.
In my defense, I taped the awards. I am a fan of country, and I have not watched them yet. I've been very swamped.
You got to see it. I don't know what it is about the country thing, but I went to see Zach Brown at the Hollywood Bowl. I went and saw that show.
You have a Zach Brown vibe going right now. By the
Yeah,
way.
well, yeah, I got a lot of hair. It's Movember, right? You're supposed to let it grow.
He has,
or something
he has a beanie on for those.
Something like that.
listening.
Oh yeah, it's cold. It's freezing
I'm in
outside. You're in fur,
Fake
but
fur. Fall
Fake
fur.
fur.
Fall.
I don't want to get red paint on me.
It's he's got a crazy good band too. That dude got
there's
down.
like 17 people in the band too.
Yeah, they got down.
Wow.
Oh yeah, they got a whole horn section and all that. So anyways, that
jealous.
was my little ramble.
Haven't seen it. Billy, how do you feel about Justin Timberlake?
I feel like he's one of those guys that anything he does is like gold, and people are gonna love it. Kind of like Adele right now. I feel like she says hello, and everyone's like
Wow.
bowing.
Gold, platinum,
Record set.
So I feel like he's kind of like that, one of those legacy guys.
It seems like he's always doing something new. He's always upping the ante with himself too. So that's always, I guess, important for any artist or musician.
Right.
So that's what we're all trying to do.
Right.
So, I don't know what's next for upping our game or my game, but I'll try something eventually, right? So Billy, where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Sacramento.
Sacramento.
Not too far.
And how long have you been in the LA area?
I've been here, let's see, about 4.5 years now, I think. Yeah. July 2011, I moved here to go to school, finish school. And now I'm just doing the music thing and working in a music publishing company for print music. Yeah, trying to do the music thing.
So
playing some shows.
Did you major in music in college or music
I
performance?
did. I studied in a community college up in Sacramento for quite some time to work on my chops. And then when I moved here, I kind of switched over to music business in an attempt to be well-rounded and successful. So I finished up at CSU Northridge. And oh, are you an alum?
I went to Northridge.
Oh, cool.
But not for music.
Oh, what did you study?
Communications
Oh,
studies.
cool. Well, that's important.
Which is why I can speak so affluent.
She never stops, really.
I never do.
She's a
I should
natural.
have
Put a cork in
I
me.
should have taken one of those classes.
Did they teach you or did you teach them? How did it work?
By the end of it, I was the
All right,
teacher.
that's what I thought. That's why we got
That's
you.
how all of my life experiences, relationships go. Maybe that's why I'm not in a relationship.
Alexis. Did I just say Alexis?
You're fired.
I know. See, look
Kick
at
him
this
off the
already.
panel.
Oh my gosh.
Rich is going to be muted in a second.
I
Yeah,
know.
Francis has the power over there too.
Billy, how's the scene up there in Sacramento?
I wasn't too much part of the singer-songwriter scene. I know that it is kind of thriving. I know several people who are kind of involved up there, but I was more in the college groups, in the community college there, and I was really big into the vocal jazz group. It was kind of a big thing for our school, and that's really where I kind of developed my singing chops, I guess, learning to harmonize. And I'd always wanted to sing prior to attending community college, but I never really had the guts to do it because I always felt like it was easy to just play the piano, and like if I messed up, I could blame it on my fingers or like blame it on the instrument. But with voice, it's like the instrument is built into you, so it's like if you mess up, it's just you.
So you haven't been singing. How long have you been singing?
Let's see. Probably I think I started really seriously when I was 18 or 19.
Wow.
And before that, I'd always just kind of, just sung casually in the car or whatever. And I even remember even as a kid wanting to join the church choir or whatever, and my parents would be all for it. And then at the last minute, I would just back out. So yeah, I kind of picked up seriously in community college, and I feel like I'm digressing. I don't even remember what the question was.
No, I've just never
just
heard
rambling.
of someone that started singing.
So late.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not late. It's just,
Right.
most people say, "Oh, I was born singing."
Yeah. I guess to me, I would call it late just because I'd wanted to do it for so long, but I never did it. And so
Right.
I just got to community college, and I felt like it was kind of a requirement for my major. And so I kind of used that as an excuse, and then joined the beginning vocal jazz group and learned how to harmonize. And the teacher kind of took me under his wing a little bit and gave me some private instruction. And then simultaneously I was doing the piano studies with some classical stuff and then jazz. And
Oh, how long were you playing piano, or when did you start?
I started playing piano. I don't know the exact age, but I was around 6 or 7.
See, there you go.
Yeah,
we're talking about. All right, so the musical background, it really goes back. It's
It
just
does,
that you
yes.
just
How
decided-
crazy would that be if he was like, one day I
I
picked up
know.
the piano?
Oh,
and just like-
when I decided to do the vocal thing, I just picked up the piano too.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, this must be
After
a chord.
that, I decided something needed to accompany it, so I decided to play the piano.
Exactly. Just last week.
So did you go straight through playing piano? Like you started taking lessons and since then, or did you have any hiatus where you're like, eh?
I did actually. So I started taking lessons with just one of the neighbors down the street, just like a teenage girl. And she was kind of teaching me, I think it was like a song from The Lion King or something. And that kept me interested because I was a kid and I liked the movie. And so I continued taking lessons with a professional teacher, and we'd have recitals and do the whole thing. And then she decided to retire. And it was around the time I was in middle school or starting middle school, and I started taking lessons with another teacher who was just local and recommended by, I don't know, a friend or something. And he just, I don't know, I lost my interest a little bit, and I stopped taking lessons for probably a couple years, probably middle school years. And then in high school, through another recommendation, I just picked up again. And this was kind of a more jazz-focused teacher, and I didn't have a huge jazz interest like most high schoolers.
Right.
But she kind of turned me on to jazz a little bit and kind of opened my eyes to like theory and like the kind of math behind the keyboard and patterns and things like that. And so she's the one who recommended the community college. It was a great school for music. And so I went there and studied with their piano instructor, and then the voice thing came into play, and then it all just came together.
So prior to the jazz period, what was your go-to style of music to listen to or to play?
What really inspired me around that neo soul movement, like around, I don't know, 2000, 2001. There's like John Legend and all these piano playing like singers coming out at the time, and but they had this like kind of throwback sound to them that was kind of more soulful, Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye kind of sounds. And so that kind of got me to blend the voice with the piano, and I kind of wanted to be like them. So I'm like, oh, I should write my own songs. So I started doing that.
Seems like a natural progression.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
No, hey, boy, if you're gonna aspire to be a singer-songwriter with a keyboard, you throw Stevie Wonder. When you were playing, honestly, I got kind of a Stevie vibe.
When I was
cool.
listening to the songs, I was like, I'm getting like Sam Smith, Stevie Wonder right now.
Yeah, it's crazy. And then I looked on here, and I have to give respect because I was like, oh man. Then he mentions like a Donny Hathaway.
Oh yeah,
We're looking at your bio.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the bio.
That's where that came from. Yeah.
And
he's
like,
probably my favorite.
That's like
singer.
that dude is, and it's great because like I think you reference him in terms of emotion, maybe the
That's
emotion
right.
of
channel it, I guess.
the emotion of Donny Hathaway, and I don't know that he's necessarily a super popular, or if a lot of people know of him, but he is so bad. He is so bad. He is so bad.
Agreed. Yeah.
And such a short career and such a short body of work, but that is so cool. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna dig this dude.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dig this. And then when you started singing, I was like, oh yeah, that's
cool.
nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, he's definitely probably my number one favorite singer of all time.
Yeah. See, taste goes a long way. I mean, just I dig it.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just for everybody knows how we found Billy. Rich and I were out checking out some live music, and Billy happened to be opening up for this band that we had heard about. And after hearing Billy, we were like, people have to hear this guy.
Yeah.
This is really cool. This is, we got to, put the word out as much as we can.
Right.
And
Well, thank you.
yeah.
I appreciate it.
I think you actually did mention that. Not it's coming back to me that when we saw you at that show that you did start singing when you were like 18 or 19. I think you mentioned something about that. And,
I might, yeah.
And so, but I remember also at that time, it was one of those like moments where it was like, wow, for real? Like we were like, did he really just say that?
Yeah.
And then I also remember how entertaining you were up on stage. Not only were your songs great, but you just have this kind of, you click with the audience really well too.
Oh, thank
you.
you.
So you have this kind of like really kind of connection that you make, like kind of charm, that you use with the audience. You kind of throw a little humor in there. You said something about like looking up on Google what to say in between songs, which I thought was hysterical. Actually, I'm like, this guy's a comedian and a musician. You know what I mean? He's got it all going on up there.
Oh man,
True or not?
Yeah, it was great though.
Cool.
Like
it was true actually.
Yeah.
What did
It's kind
Google
of
say?
sad.
I'm
Yeah.
curious what Google
Right.
said.
We could all use a pointer on that one, right?
No, I'm
Not
flawless.
the,
Yeah, actually,
not the communications. major.
we're all the boys, Alexa, all the boys. We can all no.
Yeah.
We don't
learn
know what
how
we're
to
doing.
use our words at a young age as females.
We just grunt. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I definitely had to look up some stuff because it was the first show I'd done in several years. I'm just
That
now,
show was the first show you had done in 7 years.
Yeah.
Really?
I'm just kind of diving back into it. When I first moved here, I had the drive and the motivation. I thought it would happen overnight, and then I went to school and got my job, and things are good. But I just kind of missed it a little bit. So like I said, just diving back into it with recording and doing shows and all that. But yes, I definitely had to look up how to talk to people between songs because I think I was more nervous about talking than singing.
Than singing.
Yes.
That was your comfort zone.
Yes.
The singing part. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I would like for you to play something. If I mean, like we've been talking about it, so I think it's
Sure.
time. Would you?
Yeah.
Would you be so kind to
Sure.
play us a song?
Sure.
Wouldn't that be good? And he goes, you know what? No.
Actually, I was hoping to talk some more and talk about what to say in between songs. Really,
'Cause I'm so good at talking. Yeah. All right. This one's called Start Over. Maybe just 1 second or two to hesitate. No more second guessing. I've lost this game and can't let go. I have a real job, but I'm broke 'cause I'm so alone. I spent my heart on love like it was foolish gold. You said making some mistakes is fine, but it's that time in life and you won't always get it right. Maybe I'll start drinking, pick up a real addiction. If love's just a decision, then I've given up on dreaming. And I've come upon a crossroads. I know that we ain't getting younger. Can we start over? We are just 20 years young, but I'm just now through with love. Can we start over? Can we start over? Maybe just a minute or two to think this through. Now we're way too deep in this. I hurt myself by hurting you. We had it good until I spoke, and then when we broke, you faced the truth, and now I can't hurt you. You said taking chances is okay, that you would find your way, but this can never be the same. Maybe I'll start drinking, pick up a real addiction. If love's just a decision, then I've given up on dreaming. And I've come upon a crossroads. I know that we ain't getting younger. Can we start over? We are just 20 years young, but I'm just now through with love. Can we start over? Can we start over? Ooh, I've come upon a crossroads. I know that we ain't getting younger. Can we start over? We are just 20 years young, but I'm just now through with love. Can we start over? Can we start over?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Very nice.
Yeah, I started singing when I was 18. So no.
I'm still learning.
I'd also like to point out that his eyes were closed. Like he was playing piano with his eyes closed. So like maybe you are Stevie Wonder.
Felt good. It felt nice.
I was like,
no,
how?
it's a bad habit, I think.
We don't curse on this show, but I would like to curse. That was bad. That was nice.
Well, we can always have Francis work some magic over there. After
No, the only thing I need to do is just add beeps and beeps,
Yeah,
even though
yeah.
over nothing. Like Jimmy Kimmel.
Yes.
What is that?
I love that.
Unnecessary censure.
Yeah. One thing I noticed when I checked out your stuff on BillyLawler.com, and on YouTube, and while you're playing here, is that you really seem to be in tune with using dynamics. Do you do this when you're writing, or do you write the song and then kind of feel where it works, or does it change every time you play? I mean, because you really seem to be really working those in there. And it really
Dynamically conscious.
Yes, thank you. That's the word I was looking
made
for.
that
I
up.
am a drummer. I can't always find the words that I'm looking for. So.
Hit, stick, hit, drum.
Yeah, exactly. Bang, 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 bang. So, but I did notice that, and I wanted to bring that up because also, what we like to do on our podcast is also try to educate a little bit, have a little bit educational. So I think, as being probably as a solo artist, that's just something you really want to pay attention to, I would assume, I guess, and you seem to be really in tune with that.
Yeah, I guess when I write this song, I know I definitely want to build, kind of have a contour to it. But I think there's little things I do here and there that I definitely feel like they're kind of goals throughout the song, so they're kind of the same every time. Other things in between probably are different every time. But I definitely finesse it, I guess, as I go along and perform songs more and more. But the dynamics, I always feel like they're very important. Even the very, the subtle ones. I don't know. I just feel like it kind of pulls the emotion out a little bit more or something. And I definitely owe that to the vocal jazz experience. Our teacher was like hardcore. We would practice like a syllable for like an hour, and we would grow and kind of stretch the sound of the whole group as a whole, and really kind of hone in on the dynamics. So I definitely have a huge appreciation for dynamics, and when I hear other people do them, so I guess
you say it draws the emotion out, or pulls the emotion out, and I kind of feel at the same time it draws the listener in.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And just dynamically. So that's a cool thing to be aware of. And
thank you.
So when you go about writing a song like that song, like did you write the words? Did you write the music? Did you write them in conjunction with each other?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's kind of got their different vibe. What do you do?
Well, I actually I wrote this kind of a long time ago, and I was living in Sacramento at my parents' house, and whenever everyone would leave the house, I would take siblings and parents. I would take that opportunity to open up my computer, get on GarageBand, and just like record things. And so I started out with the chord progression, and then I came up with the arrangement before I even came up with the melody or lyrics. And then I just kind of put on my headphones and turned the microphone on and just started like singing a bunch of different melodies and kind of not scatting, but kind of like word painting, I guess you could call it, just whatever was coming to mind. And then I would do like layers and layers and layers, and I would listen back and I would hear certain words pop out and like certain melodies pop out, and I would kind of use that to shape the song and fill in the words with whatever made sense or whatever I was thinking at the time. And then I would use those other layers to find harmonies and things that would be kind of cool. But I feel like they've all kind of come a little differently. I've written several songs that way, where I kind of start with the music and then use that to kind of just listen and like I said, pull the emotion out a little bit. But I've also done it where I just sit down and I do it all at the same time. Mm-hmm. And that sometimes, takes longer, quicker, whatever. So I guess I haven't really like found the process. I just know that I've done it several ways.
Right on.
I don't know.
GarageBand is a common thread for a lot of
Yes.
songwriters.
I use GarageBand. I also use iMovie. I film my
Oh, wow.
hands and sing similarly, like you were saying, when it all happens at once.
Right.
And you're just singing a melody and word painting. I liked it, as you put it.
Right.
A lot of the words that I end up using
Yeah.
are the ones that I originally sang from the first time I was singing
Right.
with the guitar. So.
Right. Yeah, I feel like that's important, I think, because it's kind of the least forced way of writing. It just kind of comes.
Exactly.
It just spills out of you, and it's not even like you think about it. You're just playing and.
Yeah, we talked
saying
about
things.
organic. How
Yeah.
organic the process can be.
Right.
I like the phrase word painting.
I know,
Oh,
right?
I like that. It's a pretty cool-
Adopting it.
Yeah. Go for it.
Like, I was word painting earlier.
So-
I was writing a new song, word painting.
So are you exclusively like a solo artist right now? Or you ever get down with a band, or do you?
I've definitely supported bands providing keys and vocals just kind of as backup. And in college, I was in a band. We would all write together and kind of perform around Sacramento a little bit. That was more of kind of like a jazz combo turned pop jazz band. I don't know what you would call it. It was kind of a strange genre. The music was good. It's cool, interesting. As I stutter when I say that. But as of now, it's just kind of me and the piano. But I'd like to add some other instruments and band members as I go along.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you? Oh, sorry.
No, I was.
Do you like write out charts and everything like that for yourself? Like, do you write your music on paper too?
Yeah.
Like,
I've never written my music out on paper, but for the bands and stuff that I would play in, I could write out the charts and do whatever anyone needed. And even for the vocal jazz group, I used to love doing that. I was kind of a music theory geek in which I would, for like the combo, the piano, bass, and drums that would play with us, write out all the chords and the, key signatures and time, whatever, so that they could play along with the group, and all the hits where they needed to line up with whatever we were singing and stuff. But for myself, no, I've never written it. I just record it and then remember it, I guess.
yeah. And you record. You're recording now. Your
I am.
your first EP, correct?
Yes. So these are songs that I've written over the past probably 7 years, and I've never really given them the light of day. So this summer, one day, I just kind of was ready to take the plunge.
Feeling brave, right? Feeling brave.
And so I had this one song that all the other songs that I'll be recording, I have representative recordings for, kind of more conceptual, and I've more like demos, I guess. And then I had this one song that I hadn't recorded ever. I just kind of had it, and I'd played it around a couple times, but kind of put it away. And I thought that why not just give this one at least a demo? So I reached out to a friend who I'd worked with a little bit through West Coast Songwriters. I don't know if anyone's heard. It's an organization for songwriters. And she has a studio, Planet Wood Productions, and I just messaged her one day on Facebook and said, "Hey, can I record a song?" And so we got together, and we're working on that one right now. And then this early 2016, we'll be putting together the rest of the EP, hopefully to release late spring, early summer next year.
Nice. Are you producing it as well, or?
I think I will be a little bit. I'm not a huge techie. I don't know, when talking about gear earlier, it's just a bunch of, a string of numbers and letters. I don't know what things are, but creatively, I definitely have a lot of input, and I have arrangement ideas and stuff like that. So, I think I'll be helping out a little bit, but she's kind of the main. Her name's Catherine. She's kind of the main. She's the producer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is it just you, piano, acoustic, or is it going to be full band?
There'll be more than just me in the piano. I would like to someday do something where it's just me and the piano, but for this, I kind of want to put it all together and make it a bigger thing. So we have on this first song we have kind of some synth, piano, bass, and then drums, and then
Nice.
of course voice. So that actually, we're doing a music video on Sunday, and we're hoping to release early December.
Wow.
Yeah.
Awesome. So
be on the
everyone
lookout.
tune in for that.
Yes.
And what was the song? Is the song that you just played? Was the video?
No, it's actually the next song I'll play.
Oh.
It's called Casualty.
Casualty.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, let's hear that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's hear it now.
The words that you said, surely I can comprehend. They're blurring in a bend, the lines between lovers and friends. You give, then you take. This circle is our favorite shape. We're begging to escape. It's here, spin anyway. You said you're a dancer, but you never dance for me. You act like my lover. You never really loving me. You spoke like a preacher and made a believer out of me. You're just a fighter, and I'm just your casualty, who you left here to watch you leave, who you left here to watch you leave. My favorite mistake was giving you my heart to break. It never beats the same, 'cause yours was one to never claim. You said you're a dancer, you never dance for me. You act like my lover. You never really loving me. No, you spoke like a preacher and made a believer out of me. You're just a fighter, and I'm just your casualty. Yeah, who you left here to watch you leave, who you left here to watch you leave. And I can't explain why I can't stay, why I can't leave. My pride and my pain will surely be the enemy. Would you take the blame? The one I love, my enemy. 'Cause you won't self-hate, maybe even more than me. And our love is stained, feeding insecurities. But don't be afraid of anything the world will think. 'Cause when love's this great, there's endless possibilities. And that's why I'll wait like there's no time. You said you're a dancer. You never dance with me. You act like my lover. You never be in love with me. No. You spoke like a preacher. Ooh. Made a believer out of me. You're just a fighter, and I'm just your casualty.
Slow clap for that one. That is a slow clap.
Thank you.
I just stopped myself from like tearing up. I was like, hold it together. Keep it together, guys.
That's
We
nice.
can do this.
That's
If
nice.
you're my lover, you never love. Like, I feel you. I feel that in my heart.
Great lyrics.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you.
Really, really
Thank
good.
you.
Yes.
Yeah, where's that come from?
Appreciate
What's that about?
I wasn't
You gotta-
going to ask, but you know.
I'm throwing that out there now, man.
Who broke your
Right?
heart?
Who's feeling that? Everybody's feeling that. What's up?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think a lot of people experience that where you kind of feel a little misled in a relationship.
Every day.
Yeah, come
So
on,
you don't want to throw any names out there. I see how it
He's
is.
not going to call anybody out. Come
Sarah.
on.
Be careful.
We'll keep it civil. Come on.
Emily.
You know who you are.
Don't give him the satisfaction.
Yeah, true.
Right.
I know you think this song's about you.
Yeah. Y'all so bad.
So out of the contemporary artists now, is there somebody that you would have like a dream situation to collaborate with, to perform with?
Oh yeah. Sam Smith is huge right now. That'd be pretty awesome. Ed Sheeran would be amazing. I also love kind of some of the more indie, kind of like James Blake.
Yes.
I don't know. I did a James Blake cover I've been doing a James Blake cover. Or even this guy, I don't know if you guys have heard of him, James Vincent McMorrow.
Yes.
I love that kind of stuff.
Oh my
I don't
God.
write like them, but I kind of wish I could.
So we're gonna get together. We're gonna write.
Okay, yeah.
Love it.
For sure. Let's do
Because
it.
we have all the same interests. What about Alan Stone? I get a little
Oh
Alan
my gosh,
Stone
yes.
vibe.
Yes, I've
Okay.
seen him like I feel like he's been to LA like 7 times in the last 4 years, and I think I've seen him every time.
I saw-
Billy, Alexa, Billy.
Hi.
I
Musical.
feel so old
Yeah.
right now.
He's amazing, and his live. Have you seen him live?
Yes, I saw one show. That was all I needed to see. I was
Yeah.
like, this is church.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Worship, and I can leave now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, everyone's on their feet, and everyone's like sweating, and like, it's insane.
Insane.
Yeah, and you would never expect it from him. But if you just saw him walking down the street, that's the fun part.
The first time I saw him singing, I was like, that's not it. That's not this guy. I swear. Same with Ed Sheeran. I was like, no.
Right.
Not him.
Right.
I thought the same thing.
Yeah.
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 Ed Sheeran.
Yeah,
You know.
I don't know.
Yes.
Since you have no idea.
Yeah. This is why we have you, Alexa, because you're here to educate us too.
That's right.
Illuminate.
We're learning.
Yeah. We're
Jot
learning.
the
on-
names down.
You were talking about,
And-
so what kind of cabinet did you get?
These
I
two are
got
just
a
sitting
new
here like, oh,
guitar.
these boring dudes. Oh god, we get to the good stuff. Well, I wanted to, on your bio,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know how deep, you'd want to get into it.
Oh, sure.
And I don't, but I just saw that it said that upon the passing of two close friends who encouraged you to share your songs and decided to let you decided to let your music be heard
Right.
after that. Well, first of all, I would like to thank them,
Oh, sure.
for
Yes.
encouraging
For
that,
sure.
and sorry for your loss, obviously, but I'm sure they would be very proud of you,
Thank you.
for making that decision and going through with that.
Thank
because
you.
your music is lovely.
I
you know,
appreciate it. Thank
really
you.
beautiful. But I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I don't. Yeah. It was a weird year, I guess. A few crazy months where like it was kind of these back-to-back tragedies, and I had been working on music and studying and stuff. But and actually, I'd written the first song I played. I had written that summer. I had not shared it with anyone. I just kind of kept it to myself. Like I said, I would record when everyone would leave the house, so I would have kind of my own, just be by myself, and no one knew about it. And I shared the song with a few close friends, just 2 close friends actually, and one of whom just suddenly passed away in a car accident like a couple months after that. And then another family friend who, once I had shared the song with my mom, and she shared it with everyone. One being a family friend.
That's awesome.
As moms do, right?
That's
awesome.
what moms do.
One being a family friend who was succumbing to cancer, and so she was a huge fan of the song. And after that whole experience, I just kind of felt like, why am I holding back so much? Like, YOLO.
Right. Yeah.
So I started doing the West Coast Songwriters thing, and I started playing my songs in addition to doing the music for school and just kind of doing my own thing. And it's still a process, I guess, getting up in front of people, but it's that was kind of the beginning of it all, I guess. So yeah, thank you to them.
Yeah, thanks to
Thank
them.
you.
Thank you to them.
Massive thank you.
Before we go any further, I want to make sure that you don't forget to plug anything you need to plug. So
Yeah,
what are you doing? What are you up
I
to?
want to know. I want
Yeah,
to
what do you-
know
Yeah, like when
when
can
you're
we
playing.
see you?
When can we
Oh,
come
yeah,
see you?
right, right.
When
Chris
can
and I
folks
were
come
gonna
see you?
carpool.
Francis and I are lucky enough to have seen you at least once so far, and now we got you
Right.
here, and we're looking forward to seeing you again. So
Awesome.
plug
Yeah.
away, dude.
Yeah, this is where I usually fail, and I need the communications. So I have a show in Chicago at the Elbow Room on November 28th, 8 o'clock p.m. I have another show at Room 5 here in Los Angeles, November 12th at December 12th. See, that's right. December 12th at 7 o'clock p.m. And be on the lookout for a music video and Casualty sometime early December, hopefully before that Room 5 show. And that will be on my YouTube, youtube.com/Billy Lawler Music. Website's billylawler.com. Facebook is facebook.com/Billy Lawler Music.
So if you need a reminder of the dates, I'm sure you can find them on
Yes,
billylawler.com.
Yes. If
Billy
you know what?
Lawler.
Can- yeah.
Wait.
I really want to make sure that we spell this.
Oh, right. Okay. There's a lot of L's.
Well,
A lot of
no.
L's and W's.
There is a billylawler.com, but yours is...
I was gonna say, can we explore that? Is that the wrestler? The
There
wrestler
is.
who wrestled against
Andy Kaufman.
Andy Kaufman?
Yeah.
Was that Billy Lawler?
It's something Lawler. It's not Billy Lawler.
There
no.
is, I think
Matt.
there is a someone Lawler, maybe a Billy Lawler wrestler. I'm not sure. I know. I used to work at this furniture store in Sherman Oaks, and I would go on my lunch breaks, and there's like restaurants nearby, and at this burger joint, the guy at the counter would always ask me if I'm related to the wrestler, and I had no idea who he's talking about.
Yeah, it was the
Was
the
it
Andy
Billy
Kaufman
Yeah, that whole
foil. This is where
David
old.
Letterman.
This is where being old helps.
David,
Yeah,
you
I
know what-
send
Yeah.
you guys.
David
And
Letterman.
Saturday Night
Yeah,
Live.
yeah.
Everybody else remember
yeah.
that? And he was going to sue him. He had the neck brace
yes,
on.
yes. Man on the Moon is on that movie too. Like
Yeah.
if
But
you,
not-
if you know that movie, you might know what
There's
we're talking
another
about too.
one, right?
Not talking about the wrestler. I'm talking.
No.
There's another musician out there called Billy Lawler.
Oh.
But to plug your website, so that is of course BILLYLAWLER.com.
Correct.
Okay, not the other one.
The other
Just to
one.
be confused, or not to
Right.
be confused.
You're
So,
not William.
Not William.
Yeah,
Not
so
William.
Billy Lawler, and Lawler is LAWLER.com. So if you have what is that, interest, and you can make it out to one of the dates, you can always check out that site, and I'm sure you'll have more updated things.
Definitely.
Yeah. Anything else you want to plug? You want to get out there? And
Not yet. I don't think. EP coming early next year.
yes, that's right.
So stay tuned.
Yeah, we will definitely be on your page, checking it out, seeing what updates you have, and
Cool.
we'll spread the word as much as we can.
Awesome.
And we really, really
Thank you.
appreciate you coming down and making
Yeah,
the drive out
thank you
here.
for having me.
Yeah.
This is like the first time I've done something like this, so I feel like I've made
cool.
it already.
We're glad
Well,
you-
this is definitely a treat for us.
Yeah,
Oh, for
Yes.
sure.
for
Thank
sure.
you.
We're so happy to have you here. Thank you
Awesome.
so much for
Happy
coming.
to be here.
Yeah, and you'll definitely see us out of the show too. For
Cool.
sure.
For
I
sure.
think, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
We'll make it a definite trip.
Group
out.
trip.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No doubt. Well, we're going to make a group trip here for Alexa's show. She's
That's
got
right.
a show
What?
coming up here.
Billy, I would love if you would come as well.
Yeah, I would love to. What's
December 9th
the... Okay.
at 8 p.m. I'll be playing Molly Malone's
Awesome.
with
Okay.
my band.
Ooh.
So we'll be rocking out. We have some new songs, guys. Some new, harder songs.
Nice.
We're going to be up front,
Jam.
rocking out.
Yeah. We are gonna.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Kinda.
We
Is
actually.
the moshing allowed? Oh,
Yes.
sorry.
Francis, who cares
Settle
about
down.
loud?
Francis is
We're doing it. we actually haven't actually seen Alexis play yet. At a
Alexa, you too?
oh my god!
You know what? I think he met somebody. I think we know he met
Are
somebody.
there multiple Alexas in the room?
Yes, she is worth 2.
Aw.
There you go.
That's why we let him stay.
Yeah.
Betting God.
And so Alexa's
But my third one, I'm out.
Alexa's
Alexa.
website is
www.alexamerrill.com and Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Just search Alexa Merrill. Merrill.
yeah, you got that.
Just
So,
a quick,
hey,
just a
I'll
quick
be at-
thing.
I'll be
Yeah.
at that show. I'll be
Yes,
there.
I would love to have you. Maybe we can pull you on stage. We'll do some harmonies.
We'll
Oh,
all
okay,
be
cool.
there.
I wanted to sing with
Oh
them.
my God, I'm
Billy Lawler will be there, and Jerry Lawler,
Jerry Lawler.
Oh.
the wrestler,
Jerry, I knew it wasn't.
probably won't be there.
Yeah.
He won't be there.
Hey, Google. Word up. Word up.
Well, that is it for episode 10. We are now in double digits. We would like to thank everybody out there for listening. Thank you, Billy Lawler, for coming on. It was really a special treat. You can find us at tuneupandjam.com. We are also available on email, podcast@tuneupandjam.com. We are also on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all the old good stuff that's up to date with all the kids are doing, all the cool kids, right?
So anybody out there, if you know anybody, any other artists that you could have, or we could have come or feature on this podcast, we're definitely open to it.
Yeah, please, don't be shy to check us out. Write us, anything, a question on our what do you call it, website, something like that. Yeah, and if you want to come on, shoot us some stuff, emails, whatever, and just come on and have fun with us because this is a good time. Anyway, that's it. I guess we can say goodbye for episode 10. Double
Goodbye.
digits.
Thank
Bye,
you,
everybody.
Billy.
Thanks,
Thank
Billy.
you.
Thanks,
Thank
Billy.
You guys. Thank you,
Thank
everybody.
you.
Goodbye.
Sayonara. How you like that, Rich?